I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. Sometimes I feel like all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls cause I'm not in the mood, but then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can heal it all if you're patient and soon it can all be worth it, all the searching. Pain is never really permanent, but damn it hurts, man. I could feel all of the turbulence and it's concerning. I've been searching for a purpose, I hope it's worth it. This society is really trying me. Ain't no hide and seek, I hide to be far from anxiety. I need my space, I need my privacy. I need some silence, please, you're all too loud. You don't speak quietly, opinions violently thrown across every surface. It makes me nervous, is the world honestly burning? That's all I'm learning. Hope that we can make a turn and start reversing all our minds and put the work in. We got some work, man. I started to do. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Gotta get through this, life is a nuisance, tie up some loose ends. I try to be human, find a solution, my evolution. A place like this, it didn't exist, we made it like this. So you can go pick the bad or the good, got a glass half wish. I know, it's easier to hide than just to lay low. Not everyone in life has got a halo. I'm standing in the red inside a payphone. Just wanna break, no, I'm not gonna give in. Take a last shot, Michael J. Win. No, I'm not a robot, I'm in my own skin. Never get lost when thoughts pull you in. I miss the old you, we died with a purpose. All the energy around me felt nervous, scared I would pop off fast to the surface. Had to cut it off before you made me worthless. Torn apart, I've been torn and scarred. I had a given art, but now I'm thinking smart. I'm keeping up my guard, I'm hiding every card. A royal flush of left, you never know what's hard. With a back to the mat, gonna see where I'm at. I'ma fight like I'm mad, I'ma be something that they can never be me. Nice try, but they'll see I achieve everything while they stay salty. I started to go. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking.
Welcome back to your favorite channel. It's your boy PBK9's giving it to you the way I always do on the PBC. What's going on, John Denver, Paul Johnson, City Boy Kennels? What's going on, my brothers tonight, man? We about to get into some of this dog talk. I got a little bit of dog news we gonna touch up on real quick, but we're gonna talk about some of the pure families when it comes to these bloodlines. We just gonna, see what's what out here, what we got to work with out here when it comes to pure families of dogs from all bloodlines, from all strains like G, Eli, whatever. We're gonna check all that out, and we're gonna talk about a few more things as well. And I dropped the link for anybody that want to come up and talk their bulldog talk, like I always do. Big salute, big shout out to everybody that's gonna be down in the chat, everybody that's listening from a distance, and all my bulldoggers and all my pet lovers across the world, from one side of the globe to the other side of the globe, man. I'm gonna get straight off into this news, man, real quick tonight. We're gonna go to GA where we got a man mauled by 3 dogs. Sadly, he lost his life, I want to say. My condolences to his family. Another sad situation, man, another sad situation. So what we about to do, we're about to check this news out, and then we're gonna get into this dog talk.
Or about a deadly dog attack in Macon County. For years, Central Georgia residents have complained about stray animals. And on Saturday, police say 41-year-old Raphael Royalfork was attacked by 3 dogs.
It hurt because I know it was painful and it was hard for what he was going through.
Woolfolk was taken to a Central Georgia hospital with multiple dog bites. He later went into cardiac arrest and died. Now we're hearing from his family as authorities continue to search for one of the dogs. Jasmine Lee spoke with Woolfolk's mom, who says she just wants justice for her son.
Just down this street is where the attack happened, but Raphael's family says that's not how they want him remembered. They want him to be remembered for the man he was, not how he died.
Well, my heart is heavy, very heavy. It hurts.
It's a pain that no mother wants to experience.
God, girl, it's hard. It's hard.
That Judy Woolfolk says has changed her life forever.
I don't wish this on anybody.
Police say Raphael Woolfolk was walking along Chatham Street when 3 dogs attacked him early Saturday morning. But his family believes that moment doesn't define the man he was.
He was well known. He was a well-known person, very outstanding. He would do anything he could for anybody.
A loving son, a caring brother, and someone who touched the lives of many in the community. His family says he was known for his kindness and willingness to help others. Now, they want people to remember his heart, his smile, and the way he made everyone feel seen. And as his mother flipped through photos and old videos,
This is Raphael. And it's December 25th.
those memories filled the room with the sound of a life she says was taken too soon. Now in the middle of her grief, she wants one thing.
I want somebody to pay. I just want justice. I want whoever owns those dogs to come forward and, just, say what happened. I mean,
A family holding on to who he was as they fight for the answers. Reporting in Macon County, Jasmine Lee, 13 WMAZ News.
Now, just hours ago, the Oglethorpe Police Department caught 2 of the dogs and are holding them in a, quote, secure location, but they're still searching for a third. They're asking people to avoid approaching stray dogs and to report any sightings. If you see the dog, you can call the police department at 478-472-7538.
All right. Now, sad situation there, man, but we got these brothers with sticky fingers. They're striking again. Dog thieves has been a big problem all across this country. Especially since we've been broadcasting this dog talk and different things. We've been seeing a lot of dog thieves, man. What y'all brothers think y'all gonna get out of these dogs? See, we got a brother over here in Rayford, North Carolina. Got his dog stolen, and the brother got a $5,000 reward out on the dog. You know what I'm saying? If you know somebody stole the dog from that Rayford, North Carolina area, the brother got a $5,000 reward on the dog. Shit, call me. I'll call the brother. You know what I'm saying? I'll split the money with you. It just is what it is, man. Get the brother his dog back. Holler at him on Facebook, David Ray. You know what I'm saying? Brother stole his dog, and they ain't gonna get far with it, man. That's why I always ask brothers, what do you think you're gonna do with these dogs, man? You know what I'm saying? What you think you're gonna do with them? It don't make no sense. Take your hard-earned money. Y'all claim to be ballers. Y'all claim to be hustlers. You know what I'm saying? Take your hard-earned money and buy your dog with it. Whether it's a hunting dog, whether it's a pit bull, whether it's a shepherd, it don't make no difference what it is. Stop taking these folks' stuff, man. A lot of times y'all brothers steal people dogs and they be the kids' dogs. You know what I'm saying? You don't even care about none of that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? End of the day. And then you get the dogs and you backyard boogieing and all type of shit. You don't even know about these pit bulls. And then you take a dog, you don't even know what bloodline it is, no matter if it's a pit bull or a hound dog. You don't know shit about a dog, and then if you think you know about them, if you was that into it, you'll be buying your own shit. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, look out for the brother dog. I'm not sure what kind of dog it is. That may not be a whole lot of help, but it's some help when it comes to knowing it's a stolen dog out the Rayford, North Carolina area. And it's a whole lot of help knowing the brother got a $5,000 reward on it. You know what I'm saying? Shit. He say $5,000 if you tell him how to get to his dog. You know what I'm saying? He ain't say you had to go through no crazy stuff, no none of that. He say $5,000 if you tell him where his dog at. And he'll do the rest. It just is what it is, man. It is what it is. With this channel, before we get deep into the dog talk and these bloodlines, I wanted to say this though, man. With the dog channel, before it's all over with, Mr. 216 and Union County, salute to y'all fellas, man. Before it's all over with, we gonna know about all kind of dogs, man. We gonna be able to walk away and say, man, 2 years ago, I didn't know this about these dogs, but I know it now. You ain't gotta learn it from me. You can learn it from somebody that's on my channel or something I post or anything. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna say at the end of the day, all of us, that we learn a little bit more about this kind of dog, that kind of dog. Because the reason why I'm speaking about that, I got on the subject of Dalmatians. You know what I'm saying? And I was just wondering their history when it comes to the fire department and all that type of stuff. You know, how them dogs just sit up there and ride the fire trucks with the loud sounds and all that type of stuff. So I was kind of curious, you know, and what I found out is, you know, Dalmatians have a high percentage of deafness in their dogs, or in that breed of dogs. You know what I'm saying? And real particular, you know, a higher percentage in them going deaf in one ear. And it's the same gene. It says it's the same gene that their color and their spots come from. You know, so that kind of makes sense of why they can take all that noise and all that different type of stuff. It said it was the mascot from back in the days, you know, before they start using fire trucks, when they had horses and all that. They'll run ahead of the horses and, you know, make sure everything was cleared out, you know, ahead. But, you know, as time, you know, modern time came and the truck came and the sirens and all that, you know, the dog is, you know, is a deaf dog. Not saying that all of them are deaf, you know, but it's a high percentage of them being deaf. And it may not necessarily have nothing to do with your bad breeding or anything. It's just what the breed brings to the table. You know? But yeah, man, I just thought, you know, because I didn't know that myself until I read it. I was wondering. And I seen it say a lot of them, you know, got a high deaf percentage. And for anybody that's listening, understand that I'm talking about deaf as in hearing, not deaf as in dying. You know? Another thing I want to touch on, you know, since we're talking about protection dogs and different things, one thing brothers got to understand when they come to the conversation about pit bulls being trained for protection. Everybody who's making the bad comments about don't train these dogs, you only thinking about the dog biting. You don't understand, and that's why I tell a whole lot of brothers, that's why you never reach the level of a certain level with your dog, because you're trying to skip steps. You can't skip steps. You need to train these dogs for obedience before you do any type of protection work with these dogs. You know what I'm saying? You need to learn how to make that dog sit, stay, calm, and control that dog all the way out before you do all that protection stuff. And that's the boring part. That's the part brothers don't like to do. You know what I'm saying? So once you do all that stuff, it's a whole lot of responsibility come with all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to get up, you're going to see it, you're going to get it, and you ain't going to reach that level unless you put that responsibility in it. Now, I will say this. Out of all the pit bull attacks that we ever gave over the past 3 or 4 years, how many of them dogs was trained pit bulls? Game pit bulls, the real pit bulls. How many of them dogs was trained pit bulls? So if we don't have no trained pit bulls in our statistics to even say they biting people, where y'all keep coming from about don't train these dogs to attack? We need to spend our energy on talking about them bullies and all them other dogs that we see out here attacking people and all that type of stuff. Because you don't see the game dogs attacking people, you know. I have rarely, and I mean real rarely, give you an article where a real pit bull is doing the attacking that has been trained. Not a dog that ain't trained. We're talking about a trained dog. Because if it was trained, the owner would have said it on a news article. The dog is trained. I don't know why he act like this time. I don't know why he flipped out, you know, but he was a trained dog. We never got an article like that. So I don't really understand where brothers get the thing from, like a trained pit bull is a bad thing. You know, now let me ask you this. In modern day time, in reality, you think your champion is worth more than a trained pit bull? In reality, anybody I step to, you know, do you think your champion is worth more than a trained pit bull? And I'm talking reality. I ain't talking about your folklore stories, none of that. I'm talking about me and you take your champion and I take my trained dog and we go out and we go see who come back with the most money, who come back with the most stud fees and all that type of shit. And both dogs are game dogs. Half the people you tell your dog champion, they ain't gonna believe it. But when they see that training, they gonna believe that shit. You know what I'm saying? Half the people you tell your dog champion, they gonna hate on you. They ain't gonna breed with you anyway. You know. So in modern day time, which dog? If it's because we done seen it ain't about the dogs no more. We done seen that for the last 20 years. It's about the money. It's about the motherfucking money. So if it's about the money, let's talk about the money. You know what I'm saying? Which one is worth more? And this ain't to discredit none of the champions or grand champions, none of that, you know, because I understand what it is with them dogs. But I'm asking you straight out, you know, what comparison in money can your champion pit bull be to a dog who know how to sniff out weed? He's only trained the basic obedience and he can sniff out weed. What comparison is your champion to him? Outside of the little circle that may like that dog. It'll always be a small circle, but you limited yourself. You limited yourself compared to that brother who got that dog who can sniff out weed. He ain't gotta never even go ever sniff out no real weed on those streets or nothing. Show it on a video. Show that you can do it. So at the end of the day, when it's about the money, let's understand when we talk about it's about the money, then I'm going for the money. You know, I ain't want to shortchange myself. And I ain't want to make the quick money because all the time the quick money ain't the best money. Like the brother said on Summarize said a few videos ago or video ago, all money ain't good money. You know, I can go make this 30,000 real quick, or I could take my time and work a damn pit bull to the point where he'll go for 30,000. An apprehension dog, he can apprehend, he can smell, he can detect weed, drugs, different things. This dog, we talking 5 figures. So I just wanted to bring that subject up when we talking about money, because brothers always be giving brothers hell when it comes to protection work, man. And we only looking at it from a side that you're not gonna be training the dog to do nothing else besides bite somebody. You know, anybody who's really serious in protection training, they know they got to be able to control that dog. It ain't no fun to sick your dog on nobody that you can't control. I mean, anybody can get a dog and make people pick at him and just make him when he barking at people and attack. That ain't an attack dog. That's a junkyard dog, what we call it. You know what I'm saying? Being able to control that dog on the dime. People can walk around, he chilling, relaxing. When somebody grab you, he reacts. On the dime. There's a difference between you walking with a chain and somebody walking up and you growling and you think you got a protection dog. Now, let me explain this to a lot of people that I explained this a couple years back. I explained this because a lot of people couldn't understand how when I was training Merino, I was doing a lot of the bite work that you've seen on video. I was doing it with myself. See, if you really follow my channel, and there's a lot of videos got erased. A lot of videos got erased, you know, but I always had help with Merino. I had brothers from my hood that was helping me with Merino. I had brothers, my brother Trey, that was helping me with Merino. You know, I had my brothers from over there in the Merle's Inlet area that was helping me with Merino. And we were doing bite work. But the thing about Merino was he would bite regardless, right? I know he would bite. It was no way you could come up to him, give him no food, no none of that shit, and be his friend, no none of that. He would bite. So my thing was, I got obedience in him. I can control him like I want. And when you see me and him doing our bite work, it's only play. It's only play, and it's only going through the motions. I'm just letting them go through the motions of flying from a motherfucking arm, doing from this, doing from that, doing from this, you know. And at the end of the day, once he see you, I'm not worried about him coming back on me. See them police dogs, they go back and they bite them motherfuckers and all that because they didn't raise them dogs. You know what I'm saying? I raised my shit. I know my dog wasn't gonna ever bite me. You know what I'm saying? You know, but accidents do happen. Accidents do happen. But I just had to explain that because I had people ask me about, you know, that situation for many years now, you know, different brothers. You know what I'm saying? And you know, at the end of the day, it's hard to get brothers to train with you with that stuff, man. Union County. Hey, City Boy, man, I tell you, boy, City Boy, you fuck with me with them dogs, but I'm telling you, we get them mile wires in front of us, man. And I say, let's put that suit on. Man, the brothers be like, oh man, I don't think I'm gonna mess with that too much. You know what I'm saying? And then brothers will do it one time, and like I said, Brothers don't understand what it takes to train these dogs like this. That's why when you say this dog costs you 20, it's gonna cost you $20,000, $25,000, $30,000 to get this dog, right? You're looking at it like I'm giving you an outrageous price. But imagine what I gotta pay these brothers to train this dog. I'm training them from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months old. Say you get your dog at a year old, right? Say you get your dog at a year and I done trained him since he was a puppy. Most people don't even keep them that long, for one. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna give you a full trained dog, not all the way out because he's still a puppy at a year old, you know. But for the most part, he know how to do everything he need to know how to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving you an example, you know, because a lot of people want to train at an old age than that. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm giving you all that training from a year and I'm getting this brother over here to help me do bite work, getting this brother to do bite work, man, you got to understand that stuff costs thousands. That stuff, this brother might want a couple hundred. This brother might want 50, 60. This brother might want 100. You know what I'm saying? And you can't use brothers. You got to look out for folk. You know what I'm saying? Because when you try to use folk, they don't want to do it the next time. You know what I'm saying? So that's when you end up with your $10,000, $20,000 price tag. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of work involved with it, man. But when you're done with it, you know, you got it's like seeing all your work unfolding. It's a good feeling, you know what I'm saying? Because you see everything that you work hard for unfolding in your face. You know what I'm saying? But that's enough of that, man. Let's get into the dog talk, you know, because I want to talk about the purest families when it comes to these dogs, man. So we can kind of wonder, you know, how we want to make certain breeders and how brothers got these dogs bred across the country. You know, when it comes to Red Boy, you know, this is just my opinion. When it comes to Red Boy, who would you say is one of the purest Red Boy families that we got today? My opinion is Bingo. You know, and when I say family, I mean a family of dogs that multiple people got these dogs. These dogs been around since back in the days, the Bingo family. And his brothers that kept that Bingo stuff pure. You know, Bingo dogs and Red Boy dogs, you know, pure. But I know that Bingo stuff, in my opinion, is some of the purest, or one of the purest Red Boy families to date, to modern day times. You know what I'm saying? And we're just going back to the talk that Mr. Mayfield was talking about when he was talking about the old pure families. We're gonna talk about the pure families from our era. You know what I'm saying? And even if they got like one dog at the bottom, we talking about the dogs that's predominantly from one family. You know, and we can say Bingo is a pure family of the Red Boy dogs. Now, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this: that Big John, Little John stuff is the purest Red Boy Jocko family in America right now, in my opinion. And I'm talking about from the beginning to modern day times. You know what I'm saying? Never going out to nothing else but they own stuff. You know, when it comes to Red Boy Jocko with nothing else in it, Walkamo, in my opinion, Walkamo got the purest, one of the purest Red Boy Jocko families to modern day time. You know, and like I said, I could miss one or two, so I don't say one of the purest. You know, Bingo was one of the purest Red Boy families to modern day time. Now, Mr. Boudreaux Eli dogs, I feel like are the purest Eli family to modern day time. You know, if you're looking for an Eli dog and you're trying to stay pure Eli, you know, my opinion, Mr. Boudreaux is the way to go. Let's see here. Now, I'm coming into a little hard spot. You know, when it comes to the Jeep, who is the purest family of Jeep dogs? Not Red Boy Jeep, but Jeep himself. What family of dogs is bred directly down off Jeep? Jeep, the same way it was bred off Red Boy. I ain't talking, like I said, we're not talking about the Red Boy Jeep because they got their own category. We talking straight Jeep. Put down in the chat, man, who do you think is the purest family of Jeep dogs? I was thinking, I don't even know no pure family of Jeep dogs. I'm talking about modern day time. Okay, Union County say probably the mechanic stuff. And we can't use tab them because that's your red boy Jeep. What about that blackjack stuff? Is that red boy Jeep or is that straight Jeep? That Crenshaw's blackjack and that Rodriguez Gator stuff. That got red boy in it? I'm not sure. Okay, red boy Jeep Rascal. I ain't gonna ask y'all boys about no rascal dogs. A pure family of rascal dogs in modern day time. I ain't gonna ask you about that. You know, that's gonna be a little too hard. In my opinion, you know, and I don't know it all at all. I don't even know half of it. But a lot of people, it seemed like they was mixing that rascal into other things back in the days. So it'd be kind of hard that people weren't really focusing on just rascal. They wanted the Jeep Rascal or the Red Boy Rascal or the whatever Rascal or the Eli and Jeep Rascal, you know. So I never really heard of somebody running a straight rascal yard. Not saying they didn't, you know. So who you think made in Union County? Small time, what it is, what's going on, big homie? What you think is the best, the purest Jeep Red Boy family to modern day time? If I'm gonna go Jeep Red Boy, which family do I need to get? Mr. 216 say the rules booger dog. Let me look that dog up, man. Okay, MK Knitfit said Tab. Now I'm gonna say this now. I don't know much about them tab dogs, but I know a lot about them tab dogs. When I say I don't know much, you know, I'm only in my area. But Crossroad was a heavy tab runner. He ran them tab dogs and he had them, and I spent a lot of money on them tab dogs. And I got one that she made some fire ass puppies. You know what I'm saying? But it seemed like they was the ones that we got, because we got some of the ones of Al's Brute too as well. You know, they just seemed like it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't to my standard, the one Crossroad had, the ones off tab. You know. Big salute to all the struggle streamers out there, man. Big salute to all the struggle streamers and all the haters out there. And all them folk that can't keep up. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. We love y'all too. Right now we talking about red boy dogs, rascal dogs. You know what I'm saying? Let me look up this rules booger dog. I'm gonna look him up real quick. All right, we got rules booger. Let's see what we're working here with Big Dog. We got Jeep in the third coming down. Well, WCC's Rocky coming down off Jeep. Made the Beetlejuice dog. So we got Jeep in the third, Garrett's Floyd in the third, which is one of Jeep's sons. Okay. Now, we got a little bit of Chinaman in this. We got a little bit of Chinaman in this, dog. Got a little bit of Eli in it. So this ain't all the way red boy Jeep, but it's heavy red boy Jeep or Jeep red boy. super heavy Jeep. And one thing about it, man, these dogs so close off a Jeep, it makes a difference compared to when we look at our pedigrees and see the Jeep and all that type of stuff. These dogs, grandkids and great grandkids of Jeep, and you see Jeep all through the pedigree. You know, there's all kind of stories about Tab too, but we ain't gonna get into that right now. There's all kind of stories about him. You have to get them brothers up here to know the Tab stories. Now we bred a dog off Tab. We bred a dog off Tab, bred to I want to say a Frisco dam. Matter of fact, the Tab dog bred to the Champion Hickory dog. Got a dog off Champion Hickory and bred it to a female off Tab. That little motherfucker was damn fire. That little dog there was fire, but she was just kind of small. Probably about a 30 something, maybe a 31, 32, somewhere in that area. Small time say pull up tight lines Willie 3. I'm gonna pull them up now. All right, let's see what this is right here. Bailey's Bingo, top of the fourth. Kittens Peaches, Marlowe's Peaches. Gaines Fargo. That Fargo was that Turtle Buster. So we got one Turtle Buster dog right there. Then we got Jeep. So we Red Boy Jeep with that one Turtle Buster dog. We can't count Turtle Buster dog out if we don't count Jeep out. If we count that Gaines Fargo dog out, we got to count Bailey's Bingo out. We got to count damn Jeep out. So we can't count that Fargo dog out. So you Red Boy, Jeep, Turtle Buster. Then as you go down, the Gunderson's Buck dog. That's your Rascal Jr. in the back, I see. With the Chinaman down here in the fourth generation. And I'm just scanning. So right here we got Booze Bark dogs, La Passe, more Jeep, Grand Champion, Hands Candy, Davis Midnight Cowboy, and I'm in the fourth generation. Crenshaw's Rascal Jr. again. Wood Snooty. Then you got a Tonka Bear in the fourth generation. STP Buck in the fourth generation. I'm gonna tell you what. This is a scatterbred dog, but he got a lot of good dogs in him. Big salute to the brother Ken Lightning for the $20 donation to the channel, man. I appreciate it, Ken. Appreciate it, my brother. Yes, sir, man. Drop any of the page you want me to check out, man. That's a good looking dog there, bro. Like I said, in my opinion, it's a little scatterbred, but that don't got nothing to do with the quality of the dog, or the quality of what his offspring, or any of that type of stuff. Just looking at the pedigree. You got your hardcores, Bozak down there. That's your yellow. That's your Grand Champion yellow. Then your whole Scooter Pie. That's more Grand Champion yellow. On top of the STP Buck. See, now this is a hellified breeding right here. This was a breeding I would like to had touched back in the days when it did happen. A daughter of STP Buck bred the Grand Champion Yellow. I would love to have had a puppy off that litter right there. So that would have been what? Whole scooter pie? Whole scooter pie litter. I would love to have a puppy off that litter right there. Yes, sir, man. And like I said, you know, when it comes to the old family red dogs, you know, who got a pure family of that stuff? Not saying brothers don't. I see some great brothers with pure with old family red dogs out there. But who got a dog that come off of a family of old red dogs? And who can tell us how to breed these dogs? Which way should we go with these dogs? Are they best with Chinaman? Are they best with Red Boy? Are they best with Red Boy Jocko, Jeep, Eli, whatever? You know, what are the old family red nosed dogs best with in modern day time? Or is it best to keep them in their own little family? Mr. 216, is Good Life's Icon the name of the dog? I'll look it up. Good Life's Icon. It ain't come up. It ain't come up, bro. I'm looking for it though. I don't see it. I'm gonna try one more thing real quick. Yeah, I don't see it, bro. If we can figure out another way to make it pull up or whatever, I'll pull it up, but I don't see it. Yeah, Jeans Lug. I had some dogs off that Jeans Lug stuff. I got them from Crossroad back in the days. Crossroad had that stuff off Jeans Lug, and he had the stuff coming out of Low Country Spurs, off the Low Country Spurs stuff. That motherfucker had teeth like a shark, boy. That one Crossroad gave me, he said, Crossroad said this, he's sick. I don't know if he was coming down from Parvo, but he gave me two of them. And I know how I always tell y'all that being I was so young, I fuck shit up. He gave me two of them. One of them he had just did at a show, and he gave them to me, a little brown dog with a black mask. A little short one, probably about 40 some pounds. Brown, like a Mayday color with a black mask. And he told me get him back right or whatever he had lost in the show. So he gave me that one. I don't even know. He didn't give me no papers with him. Then he gave me a one off of that dang on Low Country Spur stuff. And he was down and sick. Told me don't do nothing with him, just get him back right. I waited about a week or so and went out there and did him. And he wasn't fully ready, ready to go back out and none of that type of stuff. Shit, he ended up getting sick and died. But he beat the dog, but shit, he got sick and died. But I like that Gene Lug stuff and that Low Country Spur, and I like all that stuff. They was good and big dogs. They weren't no small Jeep dogs. Them was some big dogs. At least the ones I had got from Crossroad. I ain't never had none off Garrett Shorty. Yeah, I ain't never had none of the stuff off Shorty. I ain't never had none of the stuff off of the Tramp, the Tramp dog or Tramp Ramrod's Tramp, the Jeep Red Boy dog. I never had none of that stuff. I had some of the Blackjack. I had the White Tab. I had the Al's Brute, the Lug, the Low Country Spur dog. I had I want to say one of them dogs that was in Sambo pedigree. If it went Holland's Julio, because one of them was a Red Boy dog and one of them was a Jeep dog. It was man. Now if you know Crossroad, he had a dog named Jaguar, which was Sambo's grandmama. That Jaguar dog was Jeep top and bottom. Let me pull up real quick. Crossroads Jaguar. And put up real quick. Now that's Bo grandmama. It was the WCC's Rocky. That's the dog that she was coming down off of. Rocky and Sandy. So that's half brother and sister breed. Both of them coming off Jeep. One of them coming off Crenshaw's Dolly, which was, if you look how Dolly's bred, is Jeep half sister. Jeep bred back to his half sister from Honey Bunch. Both of them got Honey Bunch, but Dolly off Otis and Jeep off Finley Boat. So you got a half brother and sister breeding. Right there. Then you got Jeep all at the bottom. Garrett's Bell coming down off Jeep. You got Crenshaw's Kate right here, which is Jeep little mate sister. Finley Bow and Honey Bunch. Now, this dog was deformed on Crossroad Yard. When I say she had a funny shape, you know, she wasn't in no kind of shape to take out there and do nothing with her. But boy, she threw fire. She threw fire. Or she threw fire, rather. This is in the 90s. Now, I haven't had any dog directly off Jaguar besides Sambo Mama. You know, we could have bought her, but we never got her. Ended up getting a sister. Got Sambo little mate's sister. But when Eric's getting out of the game, I had an option to buy any of them. Fatty, he was letting Fatty go for $5,000, Pee Wee for $5,000. And like I said, you could have got him probably a little bit cheaper. Man, Doctor, what's going on with you, my brother? Big shout out to you tonight, man. But in my opinion, Jaguar was one of the best bitches that Crossroad had. You know what I'm saying? That bitch right there was producing ass dog. She could have bred to a lot of other different dogs and made some hellified dogs. Because when she was breeding to that dog off Yellow, they was throwing. J-Bo, is that J-Bo, J-Bo? Big salute to you, big salute to you. Yes, sir, man. Just talking a little bit of pairs tonight. Drop that link in the chat in case anybody want to come up. Man, how you been doing, dog? We just talking about the purest family of dogs, man. When it come to all the families of dogs, when it come to bolio dogs, I don't really know a pure family of bolio dogs unless you talk about the buck dogs. You kind of gotta talk about the buck dogs. if you're gonna talk about a pure family of Bolio dogs without the red boy Jocko and all that other stuff in it, strictly Bolio, I kind of think you gotta stick with the buck dogs, whoever got a family of buck dogs. Or whoever got families of buck dogs. You want me to look up J-Bo Oreo? Let me look it up real quick. If that's what you was telling me, I ain't sure if that's what you was telling me or not, dog. All right. I got you right here. We got grand champion LA boys, or Live Boys, Smoking Joe, Ply Boys, Willie Rum, coming down off Kittens, Deacon, Devil Deacon. That's your red boy. That's your Tab, which is your Jeep red boy. You got that Turtle Buster back there with that Gaines Fargo. Got your Motab right there. All that Hunter Red, Crenshaw's Hunter Red. Let's see what this Middleton's Mangler coming down off of. That's your Bailey's Bingo. That's your red boy Jeep right there. Heavy red boy Jeep. So that's a red boy Jeep dog. That's a red boy Jeep dog. It got a little rascal in it. Man, this dog got a pedigree just like the last dog we looked at almost. The Mr. 216 told me to put up there, I think. Got that same dog right there in it. Gunderson's Buck. With the Gaines Fargo. Icon. Yeah, that's a bred up one right there, J-Bo. That joker there bred up. Let me check this last dog before I get up off this pad. Tally's Little Rooster in the 4th generation. Very bottom. Got your Finley Bowl. Got you a little bit more Rascal in there. So you got more Rascal and Jeep in there as well. Jeep Rascal. Yeah, that's a red boy Jeep dog with a little splash of Rascal in it. By the time it got to Old Smoking Joe, had just a splash of Rascal in it. Heavy red boy Jeep. Let me see if I can look that number up, Mr. 216. Let me put that ped on the screen. Salute the Game Time Kennels out there, man. He say, let's take a moment of silence for Dogman Butch out of North Carolina. You know, may he rest in peace. You know, Dogman Butch, man. Condolences to his family. Moment of silence. Yes, sir, man. I don't know Dogman Butch, but you know, we respect all the Dogmen out here. You know, respect all of them, man. Now let me look at his pedigree up real quick for you, Mr. 216. It is 839921. 839921. Is this the right dog? Pup Game Kennels Bouncer? Is that the right dog, Mr. 216? Even if it ain't, we're gonna look at it anyway. He got a whole bunch of tab, and we're gonna look at them anyway. Second generation, we got Rodriguez Gator, third tab. Fourth generation, we got Jeep 1, 2, 3. We got Jeep 3 times in the fourth generation. We got White Tab, or White Tab Dog, which is Tabby Girl. Let me see, Tabby Girl coming down on Mr. Bulldog and Brandy Girl. So that's Tabby Girl is straight red boy. So yeah, red boy Jeep. Boom, boom. Steve's bullshit. I ain't familiar with that. I got to go back and check further in the pedigree. Crenshaw's Reno, Cotton's Bullet and stuff. Crenshaw's Sad Sack, Cotton's Bullet. So that's a Cotton's Bullet base dog in the back there. Crenshaw's Margot. Now this the dog that I've been hearing some stories about. This dog right here to say Crenshaw's Big Casey. Now I ain't gonna get up in, like I said, it's a whole nother show that we can talk about it. But we done talked about it already in one of my other shows. That's how come I remember it. Big Casey is some funny stuff that went on with Big Casey and one of them Jeep dogs. I think it was Black Jack or either Tab or one of them dogs. Some funny stuff went down with Big Casey. But like I said, another show we'll talk about it when I get the facts. How it's supposed to be. Look at who offspring, J-Bo. This one we got up here on the screen now. This dog right here. Or was you talking about look at Oreo offspring? Let me go to Oreo offspring list then. No, it ain't Oreo. Let me see if Oreo got a sibling. You know, sometimes it can be it be registered up under another one. I didn't see no offspring on the Oreo, but it got some siblings to Oreo. BR Bad Boys, Bobo. Heavy Bread Red Boy Jeep Dogs. With a little touch of Rascal in there. I bet you them boys don't leave that shit out when they talk about them dogs like that. Heavy Red Boy Jeep. All you see is Jeep Red Boy. But I guarantee they let you know they got a splash of Rascal back there in that motherfucker. Going back to Bouncer Offspring. All right, I'm on Bouncer Offspring now, J-Bo. Bradford Anderson, what's going on with your brother? Just kicking it on this good old Sunday, man. Get ready to get this work week started off. Game Time say, can you DNA profile a dog without the pedigree? Now we know you can DNA the dog at the other DNA spot. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to DNA them with ADBA because that's the whole point. The DNA gonna show that the pedigree and the DNA go together. So I ain't sure. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to do the DNA with ADBA without the pedigree, but with the other DNA program that people be using, you know, you don't need no pedigree with that. And this the thing, brother. And some people don't even care about papers. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of put a brother in a hard spot, right? Just say if you got a family of dogs that you've been raising for 15 years, it put a brother in a hard spot because he might want to say, I don't want them dogs if they don't got no papers. But at the same time, if you've been DNAing your dogs from the time that you got them, okay, you tell me this is an Eli dog or a Jeep dog. You tell me how it's bred. I don't got no proof it's how it's bred, but you showing me DNA from this dog and these dogs related to these dogs that you got and these dogs related to these dogs. So I see that you done built up your yard off of it, and it can all be DNA verified from the source of your yard. That can be DNA, but it like I said, I doubt it'd be DNA with ADBA because they're gonna have to have that pedigree. And the DNA thing, I think is less than $100 or somewhere around that. It's not even that expensive. Mr. 216 say Icon is a son of Clark's Legion. Let me look up Clark's Legion. Let me see if I can pull that up. Clark's Legion. Icon. Okay, we found him. We found him, big dog. We got him up here. Okay. That Joe got some muscles in his shoulders, don't he? Let me take that comment off. All right, let's check him out real quick. We're going to the fourth generation. You know how we like to go to the fourth. We got Bar Cayman's Pedro, which is your termite dog, termite grand champion yellow. So it's your red boy Jocko. That Pedro dog looked like a termite dog too. Game Island's Laura. More of that termite, more termite. All right, so at this point, the first two dogs in the top, which made grand champion Game Island's Cad. Cad is a termite dog. And Red Boy Jocko, termite, and we got Red Boy Jocko in them. Heavy termite. All right, now as we go down to the Game Islands, Black Joker, more termite. More termite. Black Velvet, more termite. Course Black Seal. I skipped Pit Fives Rollo and let me go check that out. All right. Pit Fives Rollo, we got Sammy the Arab Boomer, Tance Red Devil, So your Red Boy Jocko and this dog, which is Pit Fire Kennels Rollo, Red Boy Jocko. So you from the top to the way we at right now, you're really all Red Boy Jocko, because Termite just going back to the that Red Boy Jocko stuff. He just made a name for himself, to where he can carry his own line. All right, now we got Pit Fire Kennels CC, bred the same exact way. Good looking dog too. Coors Black Seal. That's more of your Termite. Yeah. Pedro 2. That's the same one from the top. Then your Game Islands Miss Cadillac. Termite. So myself, I would call this a Red Boy Jocko dog. But Termite, he had his own line. And so they really based a lot of their breedings off the Termite stuff. You got a good bit of Red Boy Jocko in there, but it's super heavy Termite. Super heavy Termite. This is one of the heaviest bred Termite dogs that I've seen in a long time. I didn't check. Big thanks to brother Bradford Anderson, man, for the $10 donation to the channel. Big thanks, brother. Appreciate it. I didn't check this dog here out. This Wolf's Casher dog. Actually, Big Ben Jr. Cruise Rocky. I know that Big Ben dog, that Cruise Big Ben dog, and that Cruise Rolex. I've seen that in some pedigrees before. So let me check this last one up under her. Oh, that's Black Seal. Cash. Oh, Napon. Wolf's Napon. I think that's a off Big Ben as well. Yep. So you Red Boy. So you got a little bit of Red Boy Jocko in there, but you heavy Termite. But at the end of the day, it's all going back to Red Boy Jocko. If you go past Termite, you're going to go back to that Red Boy Jocko stuff. They don't got no weight on them. I'm just wondering how much that dog there weighs. Is he a 40-pound dog or 30-pound dog? 50-pound dog? Red Fears Bam Bam. Magnolia Kennels, what's going on? What's going on? Red Fears Bam Bam. Brother asked me to look up. Red Fears. Red Fears Bam Bam. All right. Let me look at it. We always go to the 4th generation. But if we see anything that catch our eye before we get to the 4th, we'll talk about it. Something that caught my eye already. We got Woodall's Weird Jack. Woodall's Weird Jack. This dog here got some hellified dogs in the 3rd generation. You got Weird Jack in the 3rd. You got Wilder's Rawhide in the 3rd. And Rising Star Boxcar Willie in the 3rd. Then you got Boxcar Willie in the 2nd. Because that's the son of Rawhide. Now, this dog right here, I'm not, looking at Weird Jack, I don't think Weird Jack looked like this dog unless he was shaped like him or looked like him in the face or something. I don't know. Let me see if they got, I think Weird Jack was another color, right? Black and white. All right. Now, just off of me doing my videos over the past couple of weeks, when I was talking about brother Mike Wilder, that Rawhide dog, this dog here kind of favored that dog. Let me see. So I believe that dog taking the traits from that dog, even though they face shape different. I believe he just taking some of the color, at least the color from him. Let me check out this boxcar Willie, see if they had a picture of him. His face a little shorter in that picture right there. But yeah, let's see. We got Crenshaw's Blackjack in the fourth, Rising Stars Gypsy in the fourth. That's Mo Jeep, Long's Weirdo. Jeep. Got a little Rascal back there. So we at the top of the fourth. That's Blackjack. We got a little bit of Rascal back there. No, that was Stars Gypsy. Now you got Pit Stops Bandit. That's your Jeep Rascal. And this right here might be this might be some of your, this is what I like to call this kind of breeding. This is some of the official Jeep Rascal breedings. When you got Rascal in the fourth generation, and then you got Jeep in the second generation. This is your official Jeep Rascal. Not saying this is the official dog to represent that line of dogs, but this is the official Jeep Rascal breeding right here. Snake Man Pedro 2 times on the bottom in the third. That dog look like Jeep them too. I think WCC's Rocky was a better producer than White Tab. I'm just looking at some of the dogs that he made. Seemed like he was a better producer than old Tab was. And I could be wrong, you know. So as we go down, you got Pit Stops, Short and Sweet. That's more Jeep. Got your Bully Son, Honey Bunch, Snake, and Crenshaw's Missy. Let's check out this right here. Okay, now we coming to something a little bit different here. We got our Garner Spike and our Garner's Chinaman dogs, and Snake Man Pedro in the third generation, which is your Rascal. So we Jeep, Rascal. Let me check out let me go down to Ho's Redneck. That's a Jeep dog. Let me go to Talent's Happy in the fourth generation where I'm at. That's a Red Boy dog. So we Red Boy, Jeep, Rascal. Can y'all see that Rascal in that dog? If I just walked up to you, you know, back in them days or even today's time, and just, can you see the Rascal in that stuff? Or in that dog there? Let's check Mainline's Magic. Jeep dog. Jeep. A little bit of Beeline's Cowboy back there in the very bottom. Predominantly Jeep though. Rising Stars Hatchet. Jeep dog. So this is a heavy Jeep dog with some Red Boy in it. A little pinch of that Garner's Chinaman and Spike stuff in it. Not much to talk about, just a little pinch of it, a little splash of it, just to give it a little flavor. And then you got your Rascal in there as well. But you heavy Jeep. You got more Red Boy than you got any of the Mother Bloods. You got some pretty good leg on the front of them too. Yeah, man. Now let me pull up Bo pedigree because I want to check out some of the siblings to him real quick. Now, when I look at Bo, I got yellow in the fourth, yellow in the third, yellow in the fourth one time. Got Yellow John in the fourth generation. Got Jeep 1, 2, 3, 4 times in the fourth generation. Garrett's Bell 2 times in the fourth. Crenshaw's Hunter Red. That's your red boy coming out off your bingo. And what was the one on the Hunter Red? Smith's Whitehead. That was coming down off RC's Magnum, which was Finley Bowbred. This Carter's Dixie Bell. So Bo had a little bit of that Finley Bow in him through another dog that wasn't Jeep too as well. Now Crossroad was gonna sell us this dog for I think $1,500, but we ended up getting his damn sister. I think it was about $1,500. We ended up getting his sister. She had done had Bo and all that at this time. One of them brothers out there have ended up getting this dog. I ain't sure who it was, but somebody else ended up getting her. She was a little short bitch, probably about 30 something, maybe close, right at 40, maybe 37, 38, somewhere in that area. And Bo was big as hell. This the one we had, but there ain't no picture of her. Same pedigree. See, I don't know nothing about the beeline stuff, man. I just hear y'all boys talking about it. I don't know nothing about the Midnight Cowboy dogs as far as having them. I never had any, but I've seen them in action. You know, I've been on one or two, but I'm not gonna say they were directly off Midnight Cowboy. But I don't know enough about them dogs to talk trash about them or talk good about them. I'm gonna talk good about all the dogs, but as far as talking trash about them, I don't know a whole bunch about the beeline stuff. I hear brothers saying different things. Only thing I know is that dang on shorty cowboy dog, how his legs is. I've been, I caught that and paid attention to that. I hear brothers talking about it. Yes, sir, man. Any more pedigrees y'all want me to check out though, man, tonight? Cause we still trying to. Something else I want to speak about too, man. High drive, medium drive, and low drive dogs. You know what I'm saying? All they don't got nothing to do with gameness. Your dog can be game as hell, but his drive low as hell. You know what I'm saying? He can be game because gameness only has to do with the fight that he's in, whether it's a hog or whatever. But how long is he gonna stay for the fight is the gameness, but his drive have nothing to do with that. When it comes to training and the stuff we do when it comes to training, we want high drive dogs. The higher the drive, the better the training can do that we can do with them, at least in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because if you got a low drive dog, then that means he's not, it's gonna be things that you gonna have to do too much. You know what I'm saying? He gonna want to lay around. He ain't gonna want to do as much as some of your high-driven dogs. Your high-driven dogs, they own anything. You could train them with a pencil that you writing a letter with. You can train them with anything. They're gonna chase anything. you know, and they always on point, always alert, always trying to figure out something, you know, never hesitating to try new things. You take a ball and chunk it, they don't even know what it is, just running after it. You know what I'm saying? And then you got your low drive ones, but that don't have nothing to do with gameness. You know what I'm saying? But it need to be something that you know how to distinguish between from everybody. Everybody need to know how to look at a dog and tell if he high driven, low driven, or if they want to call medium. Whether it's a puppy or a bigger dog, you maybe can't tell with a bigger one, but a puppy, you know, it's a big difference. That's why I tell you, like when we talk about the Malawi's and stuff, man, raise one litter of Malawi puppies. I'm telling anybody this. Raise one litter of Malawi puppies and then go back to your pit bull puppies. Watch how easy that shit is. These pit bull puppies was easy. When I'm raising anime 16 puppies, 15 puppies, and we talking about dogs, they move 2 times faster as pit bulls and they grow 2 times faster than pit bulls. At 4 weeks old, them dogs climbing out the pools, the big pools and all that type of stuff. You can't even keep them in at 4 weeks old, you know, unless you got them in a cage or something like that. So, you know, and then you can get low drive Malawi's, you know what I'm saying? Because some people have Malawi's with low drive and stuff like that. And you think you're getting a Malawi, all Malawi's the same, but you might be getting one the drive not even low. He not as spunky as the other one is. You know, same way with pit bulls, man. A high drive dog gonna be easier to work with when it comes to any type of training, weight pulling, wall climbing, any of that type of stuff. You need a high drive dog because if you got a low drive dog, it's gonna make you work too hard. The lower your dog drive is, the harder you're gonna have to work to get that dog to do something. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get tired, he gonna quit fast. He ain't gonna want to play at the toy the whole time. Your high drive dog ain't gonna stop playing until you get finished. You know, your low drive, he gonna run after it a few times and then whatever. I don't feel like chasing it no more. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference in the dogs, man. A lot of the times, you know, especially like I said, especially when it comes to training and stuff like that. And you got to be able to tell the difference. You know, when we buy these puppies, a lot of people are not really worried about that. You know, you worried about the gameness and all kind of stuff, but at the same time, a low drive dog, you know, it's hard to get them in shape for a confirmation show. You know, it's hard to get a low drive dog in shape for a weight pull. You're not gonna get them. It's gonna be hard to get them to give you his all when he a low drive dog, because he gonna be ready to quit, ready to just chill out and lay out. And I'm not saying quit in gameness wise. I'm just talking about quit in whatever activity you're doing. Let me check out J-Bo Muffin. J-Bo's Muffin. Boom, boom. All right. We got Crenshaw Jeep in the third. Crenshaw Jeep in the third. We got Steve and Company's Miss Rooster, which is a daughter of Jeep, in the third. Abernathy's Bosco. See that Bosco is coming down off your Rascal stuff. Top and bottom. And let's see what that Wood Sam is coming down off of. Your Rascal top and bottom. So that's your Jeep Rascal dog right there. But that's that. Now I'm gonna call that a Rascal Jeep dog. I could be wrong, but I'm just gonna call it a Rascal. Wait. Nope. I said it wrong. We 50-50. Jeep on top, Rascal on the bottom. Oh, I'm glad I seen this unknown right here. I wanted to talk about that. I'm glad I seen that. It said unknown. All right, for anybody that be looking at these online pedigrees, you know, understand that when you see unknown, it don't mean no bullshit is going on a lot of the times. Sometimes brothers are race dogs. Sometimes, you know, and one thing about it, the only person that can erase a dog off online ped is the person that put the dog on online ped. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't enter the dog on online ped, I can't erase the dog off there. you know. And when you see them unknowns, a lot of times, man, it's just because somebody done either canceled their account or got mad with somebody and took a dog off that they had up there or something like that. So don't look at it like it's no bad thing when you see it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them dogs, like especially off them hog dogs, coming down off hog and some of them other dogs, they got unknown in it, and it ain't got nothing to do with not knowing how the dog's registered. Because you can easily go fill out your ADBA papers and get a whole pedigree sheet. It's just you got to enter certain dogs in, because when brothers enter these dogs in and they erase them, then they go to unknown. And brothers erase dogs for different apparent reasons. Some brothers feel like they hot, or some brothers feel like this, or some brothers feel like, so they erase the dogs. But I wanted to speak on that because a few brothers been asking me about different unknowns and different things that they see in them pedigrees. Hey, game time, you right now. You right. Sometimes your unknowns be stolen dogs. Sometimes they do. Now, Bradford Anderson said a high drive pit will make you get out there early if you ain't careful. And that can be what you consider a barnstormer. But I don't know. I can't really say in that situation, Bradford. I'm not sure. Because when I was doing it in that way, I wasn't worrying about the drive. I'm worrying about the drive now because I'm doing it in a different way, the legal way, the legitimate way. So I'm worried about the drive and all that shit. And back then, I didn't really pay attention to the drive. You know what I'm saying? Because I was only worrying about one thing. Now that I'm older, you know what I'm saying, I know the different physics of the dogs and all kind of stuff, and what makes a dog tick and all kind of stuff. So I look at it different. Now, I will say this, Bradford. The dog that I had that was a barnstormer, I had a one off of some Big John stuff that was a barnstormer. And I got him as a young dog, but not a puppy, about 15, 16 months old. And he was a barnstormer. And he caught on real quick. I never tried to train him, but he would follow me everywhere I go at, and jump in the car, time to go riding or something. He loved to do that. But he caught on real quick. But he was a barnstormer. I didn't really have a whole lot of barnstorming dogs throughout my days. You know what I'm saying? I like barnstormer dogs, but if I got a barnstormer, then I gotta work that dog I gotta make that dog work hard the whole condition, whole keep. I don't want him to be, like pacing himself, just jump on the treadmill and he running. I need him to run hard. How he gonna work? I need him to work like that in the training. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he can pace himself at some points, but I need for him to come out and work hard, just like he gonna come out and work if he's seen a hog or whatever other kind of animal. And see if he see a real life hog or something, and he come out and he working hard, he get tired if I let him work on the treadmill at his own pace. You know what I'm saying? Get on that treadmill and get smart, and he just trying to jog. And when I take him out there and go hunting, he like to go full throttle. So if you like to go full throttle in the hunt, I gotta work you in that way. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna like it, but it's gonna benefit you in the end of the day. Especially when you're a smart dog, you try to slow that treadmill down and go how you want to go. That's when I throw that chicken out there and let him move around a little bit, Then he'll pick up that pace. Them boys say top and bottom Eli dogs is straight barnstormers. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. I ain't never in my life had a top and bottom Eli dog. I waged war on the motherfuckers at a young age. I ain't gonna lie to you. You would have thought them motherfuckers did something to my family. I waged war on them Eli dogs at a young age. I ain't gonna lie to you, I was hunting them motherfuckers. Like an assassin. Let me find me a damn Eli dog out here looking for some smoke. I'm gonna cut his damn head off. And I had plenty of homeboys that had them Eli dogs though, man. Plenty of them. And I seen some good ones. Yeah, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. When I got hold of them red boy Jocko dogs, and I got hold to a good batch of them, shit, them dogs seem like you can just take them off the chain and go for 3 hours. Man, I wasn't gonna look for no damn Eli dog. That motherfucker quit in a few minutes. These motherfuckers here, you take them straight off the chain. They call them naturally winded dogs. Straight off the damn chain, them motherfuckers fight forever. But like I said, that's when I was 19, 20. Let the people know that's listening, I'm 46 now. A long time ago. I ain't playing them kind of games no more. The most I had to Eli top and bottom was a dog from Ghana. You know, like I said, we had the champion hickory dog, had the dog coming down, the dog Black Chance. That dog Black Chance, that was our dog. If you look up Ghana's Black Chance, that was our dog because we bought him as a grown dog from Ghana, supposed to be a champion. And we had bought some black females from him too. So the females was, I ain't gonna lie, them females was hell, but they was about 30-some pounds. Little short bitches, black bitches. The hickory dog that we had, he was a brindle dog of champion hickory. I forgot who his bottom side was, but he was about 42 pounds. He got out hunted. I put him on a dang on in a keep. I put him on a dang on Big John dog off of that Bud and Consuela. If you know that Bud and Consuela breeding they had, I put that hickory dog on one of them dogs. And about 30, 45 minutes, he did what a Garner dog do. That damn Big John and Consuela dog was coming so damn hard, pinning them in the corner, pinning them. After a while, you know, it was going back and forth on the scratching wise. He was pinning them so hard in that corner, then the brothers start holding them, and the Eli dog start waiting for the dog to come. It's like he was waiting. So you know how that go. All that anticipating, all that man on the other side got to do is hold his and start that counting up. And now it's your turn to come, and he waiting. That Eli dog was waiting for that damn other dog to come across that corner. But man was just holding that motherfucker. And let him go after that 10 count. That damn hickory dog didn't come across. He you know, he might be still wanted some action, but he was he was confused, I guess. The kind of confused you don't like. Now, I hear brothers speak real high on that boomerang stuff, man. I never really had none of that boomerang stuff. I had an opportunity to handle one and condition one that had some heavy boomerang blood in it. That one I told you bit my hand, but it wasn't all boomerang, you know. So I don't really know. I can't talk, you know, good or bad about the boomerang stuff, but I hear them some good dogs, man. I heard them with some good dogs, rather. Y'all Eli brothers got to step it up now. We need some good studs off these dogs that we can make some good working dogs off of out there now. And if we're gonna be doing all these weight pulls and confirmation and training and stuff, we need some smart dogs and some good dogs. And we need to know which one of them Eli dogs is producing. Because if I ask y'all can't tell me. I gotta resort to Tom Garner. But I know Mr. Boudreaux had the purest Eli family of dogs. So I'm talking about dogs with nothing but Eli in it. And brothers who know about Eli dogs, should I run from a dog with nothing but Eli in it? Or should I go find me a dog with maybe a little Tom Garner cut, Eli, Snooty, a little bit of stuff like that in it? You know, because the brother that said the Eli top and bottom will give you barnstormers. That's a good 30-minute ready to get up out of there. Ain't nothing worse than a barnstormer. It ain't nothing worse than a dog with one style. Or a dog with, he only got one thing he gonna do, and if he can't get that, he giving up. Now, in credit to the Eli dogs, I will say a lot of them dogs wasn't. I'm talking about in my era, and like some of the Garner stuff is kind of big, but a lot of the dogs I seen, they wasn't real big as the yellow dogs. Some of the yellow dogs that brothers had. But like I said, I didn't see all the Eli dogs out there. I know a brother right now with a 50-some pound bulldog dog, look good as hell. Have you ever heard of a game Eli dog? I'm talking about a game Eli dog that people been talking about for years, over the past 40 years. Because Eli is from damn 50 years ago. Eli was before I was born, man. I'm 46. Shit, I'm 79. I'm born in 79. Eli was born in the damn early 70s. $50-some years, dog. Do we got one game Eli dog that we can breed down from? Say this dog right here is producing game dogs. Okay, Bradford Anderson said Jared Clemens had some good Eli dogs. I forgot about Mr. Clemens. Mr. Clemens, yep, I forgot about him. Yep. I ain't gonna lie, man. Sometimes I say I might just get one of every damn bloodline, and then get me a pair of them and just have me a little section with each bloodline. These my Bolio dogs, these my Red Boy Jocko dogs, these my Eli dogs. Just to have me like a little museum type shit. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, little trophies from each line. But it got to be well bred to where I can say, oh, these Eli dogs. You know what I'm saying? And I have me a little crowd of scatterbred dogs over there. They're my scatterbred ones. Might be the best thing on dogs. Another thing I noticed, man, these folk, when I say folk, I mean the government, it seems to me that they more aggressive about dog fighting than they is dog attacks. When it comes to dog attacks, these dogs get left in neighborhoods. These dogs don't get picked up the way they're supposed to get picked up. They be warned 3 or 4 times. They done bit somebody. They got to bite somebody 2 or 3 times. They more stricter on dog fighting than it is a dog hurting a human being. You would think it'd be the total opposite. When it comes to a dog biting somebody, it would be no tolerance. It's more tolerance on a dog bite than it is a dog fight. Even in tree huggers. You don't even see the tree huggers talking all kind of shit compared to a dog bite to a dog fight. So I just know something I noticed, man. They care more about them dog fights than they do dog bites. And like I say, the dog bites are far more serious than a dog fight. Dog fight is illegal, but a dog bite can be lethal. You know what I'm saying? Lives be lost. We just had a man and a baby that I did the video for. They passed away. And this brother in Macon just passed away over some dogs. Loose damn dogs. Go get a brother a warning, give him a ticket or whatever. It's cool because sometimes a person dog can just get loose. But in this case, they say they had multiple complaints over and over and over and over again. Let it have been dog fighting complaints. It wouldn't have been no over and over and over again. They'd have ran up in your damn yard, took your damn dogs, charged you for dog fighting, and you ain't got no scars on them. Like I told y'all before, you seen that news article I just gave y'all yesterday when they was telling you that the dogs that have no feet and all kind of stuff like that? If you didn't see it, go to that news article yesterday from the PP loans, the PP loans and dog fighting. The dogs' feet was gone and all kind of shit. I told y'all when they catch dogs disfigured on people's yards, they put it on the articles. They talk about it. That dude who got 500 years, He didn't have no disfigured dogs. And I'm gonna keep speaking on that shit because I just can't see it, dog. We can't let 20 and 30 and 40 years go by, dog. That should have go by fast, and this brother still be in jail over some shit he should have been out a year on. You know? And if anybody ever know that brother and know he got out or something, let us know. You know what I'm saying? So we won't be talking about it. But you know what I'm saying? When you do wrong, man. But that ain't even overkill for that charge that brother got. That's something else. You know what I'm saying? That's something deeper than overkill. You know? I don't see why somebody haven't already looked into that situation. You know what I'm saying? 500 years for dogs. He ain't fighting. He got them on the chains. Come on, man. Can't let that brother keep sitting there like that for some fucking damn dogs. Yeah, maybe he ain't been there that long yet. But you know, like we say, time will fly, man. 10 years go by, 20 years. We may bring that situation up. That brother still be in damn jail. And like I told you, they gave him 500 years. Man, they let him do 30 years and say they let him off scot-free. Man, you had 500 years. We made you do 30 and let you off the rest. Come on, man. We cut off 400 years from you, homie. That shit ain't right. It ain't right, dog. Now, Bradford Anderson, do you think Jared Clemens dogs are some of the purest Eli dogs in today's right now? I said Mr. Boudreaux, but how about Mr. Clemens? Because like I said, I forgot about him. He might have some of the purest Eli dogs today, if you want to look for a family of Eli dogs. Let me look up one more dog real quick on this pedigree, so I can see exactly how it's bred real quick. Because I ain't checked these pedigrees out since I was younger. Low Country Spur. Let's see. Yeah, the Champion Rebels, Don's Turtle, Garrett's Tater. Yep. Oh, we had Little Rascal Jr. back there. We had Little Rascal back there. I didn't even know it. And we got Rascal right here in the Jeans Honey Dog. She coming directly off of Rascal Jr. Let me check the offspring out. They don't got all the offspring up there for them because Crossroad had a bunch of offspring. Let me check one of these other ones, maybe Crossroad Jabberjaw. Had dogs over her. Crossroads Nuts. That's your yellow on top. Your Jeep, a little bit of Jeep Rascal in the middle, and yellow on the very bottom. Yes, sir, man. I appreciate y'all brothers rocking with me tonight, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all up here too long. We done been up in here an hour and 40 something. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all got to get ready for work tomorrow, man. And some of y'all brothers probably still watching football. So y'all have a safe, legal night, man. Y'all stay safe, like I say out there, and be right with these dogs, man. PBK9s, and I'm out.